What's up, everybody? Rex Extreme Werewolf, and we are going to be talking about good old episode 4, which I just watched, of Rescue Riders and why it should be in Lego form. So, how would this episode go? Let's see. There's pretty much a lot of stages. There could be an alternate stage as well. I just discovered. So for the first part is basically trying to using both Burple, Cutter, and Summer. You try to you put out the fires while Dax surprisingly tries to do so, but he falls. So you got to play as Winger to get him to save him, and then afterwards you go back to Huts Galore, but you play as Burple and Cutter next, and Cutter and Burple try to help Magnus put a sheep into his little de-wolfifying machine, and yet it backfires. Even though you tried to help, it didn't work. Like, you just have to scare them. That's pretty much like a little short level there. Or you can also collect the little Lego studs to help purchase a few other characters, like even Fainting Otis. So what happens after that episode? Well, the next level is that they have to go right back to. They have to go right back to. So basically, it's another like a solo thing, like Cutter alone while Burple just watches. Sort of like Laval in the first level of Legends of Chima Laval's journey. But with this level, okay, after that little tiny mini stage, let's go straight off to where they have to put out the fires yet again, but this time Summer finds out what's really happening and then goes to the bush like a cutscene. And then, of course, there's like a little chase thing where you try to capture Aggro. Only this case, you try catching up to her like with any of the characters. Like you start off with Burple, who you then get cut off to. Then you switch off to Winger, who tries to follow her, but instead she basically doesn't really let him catch up either. But the alternate part is that you get to play as the little Firefury, who you already know as Aggro. But Aggro, you get to basically try to run away from Winger and Burple. Actually, no, wait. It's like an action sequence, but you're actually Aggro. Yeah, there's actually two ways. You could either use the action sequence to play as either Burple and Winger, or the action sequence to play as Aggro herself. That's how it works. But I'm hoping for the Aggro part, because then after that stage, Cutter comes into view and helps, and a little action sequence yet again. But because if you fail, Aggro fails. Aggro escapes, but you also need to make sure that Cutter, Winger, Summer, and then Burple land all around her. But of course, she then explains what. And there's one final action sequence. You have to like press X for water when you're Summer, and basically that action sequence is where you control all four dragons. And then at the last part, after realizing that Aggro was really trying to save the wolves, save the sheep rather, and scare the wolves away from the sheep with her firewalls, they then tried to protect the sheep themselves. So it's like a boss battle in a way. Like, basically, Aggro then. Well, actually, let's just leave it like this. Winger, Cutter, Burple, and Summer try their best, but it's sort of like a little cutscene, and then So it's basically an aggro stage right there, and she then like figures out if she wants to come and help. So she basically just runs away or just walks, just in case she needs help. And there's like a little action sequence where she starts firing and firing, and then the boss battle happens, and then she helps like wolves. Like there's more wolves. Yeah, that's what happened. Before she can reach the rescue riders, you must play beat against a few other wolves, and then to get to the four other wolves. So yeah, Aggro pretty much saves the day if you beat those wolves with her fire breath. And then that's pretty much the last bit of the level where you get to unlock Aggro. Not Magnus, not Duggar, just Aggro. So yeah, that's pretty much the level and who you get to unlock. Obviously, since she's only known to breathe fire, that's pretty much her only thing. She basically can she can be able to shoot targets or burn a few objects as well as set off explosive Lego objects to destroy silver objects. But when it comes to golden stuff, she can like crawl over. But that's actually a little bit of an ability you have to unlock after a certain episode in the last bit of the season. But we'll get to that after the few other episodes because the next episode that I have to watch is Heavy Metal, where we would have to talk about how Winger, Summer, Cutter, Burple, and now new member Aggro must find this Belzium, that purple special ore that helps metal, basically powerful than metal. And of course, they need to. Well, basically, they're not going to be needing to do anything since they're all competing against each other. But you're not really playing much of Cutter and Aggro, but mostly Layla and Summer and Winger. But of course, that backfires, and then you need help from Burple, Winger, Burple to help get Cutter and Aggro, who of course are basically right at the same time, same place because Cutter's basically following Aggro to see where she finds it, so that he could win the competition. So that's pretty much not much of it. So stage one, you try to escape, but then second stage, it's up to actually the first stage is just trying to get them to save each other. Actually, no, the first one is basically trying to find. Oh my gosh, you know what? Why don't we just talk about it? The first part is that we have to get. No, actually, nope. We ain't talking. I'm doing like literally every episode of this season, and we are going to do that. I know it might take a while, but it'll be so. So, characters you unlock in the first episode, we've unlocked. If you were to play that game, if it was an actual game like all Lego DreamWorks, but Lego Rescue Riders alone, you unlock Winger, Summer, Dak, Layla, Cutter, and Burple. You then unlock, or actually, you unlock Winger, Summer, Cutter, Burple, Dak, and then Layla. And then the second level, you don't really unlock Elbow, sadly, but in the third level, you unlock Morena. And in this episode, you unlock Aggro, who will be displayed alongside the dragons. Like, she'll probably be behind Burple. Yeah, that's right. She'll be behind Burple in front of Dak and Layla. Because she's a dragon. Or there'll be a whole category where you unlock the dragons and then unlock the level, in which case, well, actually, the category which you have choose either the dragon characters only or the Viking characters only. Like happens in every video. Or when it's the entire DreamWorks hub, you get to unlock characters that are human related. So that means, say, even alien looking characters like Megamind can be there. Um, I wouldn't really consider Poe, but I could consider just only Megamind. You can then see. Oh yeah, I need to actually go back to Kung Fu Panda 4. We need to do Kung Fu Panda 4 since I just recently watched it in March, back in March. So, characters that are human related and you have to unlock the likes of Megamind, Roxanne, as well as Chantal Dubois, Metro Man, you get to also unlock Hiccup and other Vikings, so that's pretty much most of those human characters. And in terms of the animal characters or the main creature characters, so that's Shrek, Donkey, Toothless, Poe, Tigress, or even anyone in general that's basically that's either a creature or fictional, like a creature or the gingerbread man. So that's basically the non-human in a way. Yeah, the non-human with the actual humans. I got that non-human idea from multiverses. Believe me, that actually makes sense. Or so no, actually, there's no or. So actually, I mean, I was thinking that there could be some anthropomorphic animals, but let's skip out on that idea yet. So, what? So, we will also have to talk about Lego levels free play, like special sides that either the story character can unlock, say Shrek or Alex or Toothless can unlock, or characters that you can just bring outside from the regular franchises. Like you can bring Toothless into the DreamWorks, into the Shrek universe, or bring Toothless into the Kung Fu Panda universe. Bring the Rescue Rider dragons or Dak and Layla into the Shrek universe because of Dragon or Elizabeth. Honestly, just call her Elizabeth despite calling her Dragon. She needs to be called Elizabeth, sadly. Sorry. But that's how it has to be. I mean, they're all dragons, so they should really be that way. And the other categories they need to do, they need to do dragon only category, dragon characters only, um, fantasy creatures only. So that's basically still dragons, but characters like Shrek and Puss in Boots, like fairy tale characters. Yes. Well, then again, even I guess you could say they even. Well, then again, there's not much fairy tales in the dragons universe. But yeah, that's pretty much most of the how the character wheels or character stuffs, like character categories, like when you're trying to do free play and stuff. But anywho, I hope you all enjoy, and we'll talk more like in free play versions. That's actually a new section I need to do, a new type of video series I need to do for all the levels or just the bonus objectives, not the entire levels. So, granted, yeah, that's pretty much it for episode 4. Where there's smoke, there's a dragon. So I'm not actually involving the word bad dragon because that's basically what Magnus thinks. We're going to say where there's smoke, there's a dragon. That's how it is. Even though he says the title but adds the word bad, we are going to add where there's a dragon. So that's pretty much it. This concludes the episode 4 of LD Lego Dragons, not Lego DreamWorks. Well, although technically that's what I need to do. LDRR, or do an additional LDDRR. Now let's just do Lego Dragons. So for this series, Lego Dragons Well, it is Lego DreamWorks as well, but we're going to do no, Lego Dragons. What am I saying? I already said I wasn't going to do Lego DreamWorks. Lego Dragons is going to be the same initials as Lego DreamWorks, but a completely different category. I mean, a different subject because of for this series of Lego Rescue Riders. So LD stands for Lego Dragons, and double R is Rescue Riders. So that's how the title go. And this is episode 4, the end of episode 4. Where there's a fire, there's a dragon, and that concludes it all. Bye.